we're back, and Mr. Sunshine's wearing a sweater.
It's cold.
It's
cold outside.
It is cold.
It's cold.
I like to see it a little Christmassy, a
Yeah,
little holiday-ish.
yeah,
we need a Santa on you. I guess your
No
beard
Santas.
is Santa-ing. Are you going to be Santa this year?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh,
I don't really do the whole Santa Claus.
Did you
and
do anything for
stockings and-
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my girlfriend cooked, and so I ate with her and her family. It was good.
You didn't cook?
I do not. I did not cook. Correct. I did actually. I made a couple sides. I'm actually a pretty good cook. I do meal prep every Sunday. Hayden and I do meal prep every Sunday.
You told me that once.
Yeah,
What's
it's our
the
thing.
big side? What's the one side you never want to see at the Thanksgiving table?
I never want to see.
No, you just don't want to see it.
I'm
You
not
don't
into
see it.
rice. I'm not a big
Okay.
rice person.
And what's your go-to side?
Green bean casserole
All right.
and sweet potato casserole. I'm a big and I eat sweet potatoes as a dessert.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and I love gravy. I love turkey, and I usually don't eat gravy, but on Thanksgiving, I love gravy. I could dip it like salsa. I love gravy.
That's a little much. Heath Schroyer, Jim Gazzo, Polk Nation, or Food Fest, whatever you
Yeah,
like. Well,
yeah.
you always talk about the food when you're here, and you guess that. A lot of things to talk about. I want to ask you right off the bat. Southland Conference got 3 teams into the playoff. That's a good
Yeah.
thing for football.
Yep.
2 of them got bounced pretty badly in the first round. The next step has to be to win games.
For sure.
When you guys are in those meetings, do you talk about how you have to rebrand the league to get 3 in and kind of make your point, and how important is it to win games now?
I think it's important. To win games for sure. Our goal as a conference was to get multiple teams in, and hopefully 3. We were able to do that, and kudos to Chris Grant, our commissioner, Richard Duran, who was on the committee, the AD at Incarnate Word.
Yeah, that's a big thing to get somebody on the committee.
100%,
That's
yeah,
you got to
no
get a
doubt.
voice in the room.
No doubt, and he was aggressive in pushing it, I think, behind the scenes. So I think he did an unbelievable job, and Chris did a great job. And I thought it was a big move for us to get 3 teams in.
Yeah.
Now we got to win games, right? At the end of the day, we have to win.
Especially home games. When you get them to come down here, you give them a reason to come back down here.
That's right. 100%. Especially at home. But hey, it's a big first step to get multiple teams in, and now hopefully we can take the next step.
You want
as
to
a
see
league.
SFA win one this weekend.
Yes.
Beat Abilene Christian to kind of get
That'd be great.
that rolling.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You don't want to see a second or third tier team from their league come in and knock off your champion. That's kind of the big thing now. And then again, we saw the Southland Conference. We had talked about it. We had joked about it that you've created a monster in the Southland Conference in basketball. They came back and bit you last night.
100%. Yeah. I was really worried about that game because number one, you're playing a league game right after Thanksgiving, which is very odd. Number one, you just came off of a holiday.
And it's a road game.
You came off a holiday. You came off of winning a tournament for the first time in program history.
And a good tournament.
A really good tournament.
A really good mid-major tournament.
And then you go to Incarnate Word they're obviously very, very capable. They're picked in the top third of the league.
Yeah.
And you go to.
Some people pick them number 2.
Yeah.
I think I got them third, but yeah.
And then the other thing that, and I've said this forever is, you have a tendency to get spoiled playing in this building because you go to an Incarnate Word and there might be 300 people there. And, so to try to get your guys to go, and, we were down 15-5 in the first 4 minutes.
Yes.
Because it's like we were kind of just, and that's just some experience with a lot of guys that haven't been through it before. But I think, look, we got a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
We weren't going to go undefeated no matter what anyone thinks. The league is too good to go undefeated.
And it's 22 games.
22 games. So,
it's a weird schedule. Like I said, it's a weird schedule this year because you come off that, you don't have a setup game to kind of get back into the flow. You don't have a home game until this weekend when you play Northwestern State, which is another league game. Then you go back out to play Rhode Island.
Right.
And Michigan coming up. You got other games that are big games. It's a weird schedule.
It is, but I will tell you this. I love our team. And there's a lot of factors. And listen, we played awful. But we still had a chance to win.
You had the lead with 9 seconds left.
Yeah, and a very
You're
tough.
a rebound away from the win.
A rebound away and a very tough call. We'll just leave it at that. Away.
Well,
But
get used to that.
yeah, but listen, I mean, I think that it's a, they're going to get, listen, the other thing that Coach and I talked about before he took the job, and obviously, again, going into the year, is especially in conference, you are going to get your everyone's Super Bowl.
Everybody's.
So, the last place team in the conference is going to play their best game of the year against you, especially at home. And you, as a team, you have to mature very quickly to understand, you're going to get everyone's best shot. So what you see on film is going to be a lot better when you see it in person because they're going to play with so much emotion. It is their Super Bowl.
And McNeese back home on a Friday night. Do you like
Big.
the Friday night games?
We're going to find out. I do. I mean, listen.
I had a great crowd for ULL.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see this because school is still in session.
It is. Mm-hmm.
But you're going to end and you got finals next week, right?
Yes.
So how does that take over? Do the fans come out? You don't have as many football games this week. It'll be interesting to see as Northwestern State comes here. What time is that? 6 or 6:30?
It's 6:30.
6:30.
Yep.
So, it's a big game because you don't want to go to 0-2 in the league.
No. And you can't lose at home.
No, you
At the
can't
lose
lose
at
at
home.
home.
You can't lose
This is
at
where
home.
it's all going to be decided
That's
in
right.
March anyways. So.
And but I think we should. I think we'll bounce back. But
it'll be a wake-up call.
But again, I will tell you, Northwestern State's going to come here, and it's going to be a great crowd. And
it's going to be the best crowd they're going to have the rest of the year.
100%.
So they're going to be in to play.
It's exactly right.
It's an interesting dynamic.
That's right.
When we come back, we're going to talk softball at a weird stage in time with James Landreneau. He's got a big recruiting class. He's got people coming back. He's got a killer schedule once again. All right, after this on Poke Nation.
What makes having a local lawyer important is it's all about relationships. When judges know the lawyer and the lawyer has established credibility over time with the court, they know enough to trust what you're telling them. Lake Charles must be a wonderful place because now lawyers all over the state claim that Lake Charles is their hometown. I thought you could only have one hometown, and I know this is ours.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinand. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Craving a quick fix? Evans has you covered. Bring the kids in and cool off from the summer heat with their favorite ice cream. Fuel up with protein snacks and energy drinks that will power you through the day. Locally stocked and family owned with fresh food prepared daily. Evans has everything you need. Evans Corner Store. Come visit us on Ryan Street.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Join Don's Wash Club and score big on clean rides all season. Unlock discounts on washes, interior cleanings, oil changes, and more. Whether you're tailgating or heading home after the game, keep your ride looking like a pro. Not ready to commit? No worries. Scan the QR code on screen to see what we're all about. Enjoy your ride with Don's on McNeese, Ryan, and Nelson.
Welcome back to Poke Nation. We have a very familiar face, Coach Landreneau. Welcome back, my friend.
Glad to have you. Thanks for having me.
Well, okay, so first of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
It's good. It's good. Get to go back home, and it's a good refresh, right? Going back to Mamu, it kind of changes the perspective, a little bit slower pace of life, and just get to catch up with family. It's a good reset button.
Speaking of Mamu, okay.
We were?
No, I want it. So it's crazy. I've been here 7 years now, okay? And everyone's told me if you want to experience true Mardi Gras, right? You got to go to Mamou.
Absolutely. It's the oldest traditional Mardi Gras in the state of Louisiana.
Really?
Still on horseback, you're still following, very traditional.
And you're still chasing chickens and all that?
Yeah, it's doing the traditional, the whole tradition behind how Mardi Gras was really started. It's grown into something totally different throughout the years. But yeah, traditional Mardi Gras, it's the oldest traditional Mardi Gras still ran in the state.
Do you go back every year?
I can't, we play.
Oh, that's right. That is so great. That is so great.
So you want to chase the chicken? Is that
No, I didn't say that.
Is
I
that a
didn't-
Rocky movie?
No,
or
no,
what
no,
is
no,
that?
no. But I do want to go. I want to see it because I'm like, there's no way. And everyone's like, I'm telling you, go to Mamou because on that day, on that Tuesday, it is true Mardi Gras.
We're gonna have to set you up and get you a little tour.
I would love that. I need to do that.
Get you a guide to walk you around all day.
Okay, it's crazy because, we're just now getting ready to start basketball season. We're just started it in November. But season tickets for baseball and softball just went on sale yesterday because it's obviously right around the corner. Talk about how your fall has been and talk about your team and where do you think you're at?
Yeah, that's great. The fall is, I think, like every coach is going to sit here and give you the same coaches talk. I'm being real. I like our team. I like the depth of our team. I like the speed, the versatility we have. And so the offensive side was really good for us this fall. It's probably the best offensive fall that we've had in years. So I like that aspect. I like to see our team play a little cleaner. Like we still don't play with good rhythm and good pace yet. But that's what the fall's for, is see if we come back in January. And when we come back in January, if we'll have that. That was kind of the key factors. But really, we have some kids that, stepped up and played really well. It's good to see. I think Maddie Taylor, what's going to surprise everybody, we know she's an outstanding pitcher for us, but what she's done from the offensive side has been tremendous. She's, I think she has 10 home runs this fall and hit 450. So her offensive numbers is great. It's great. So add some power. I think it's going to be a different style team. I think we're going to stay in the box and bang it a little bit more than having to put people in motion as much. We'll still play within our system. But I think it will be a different style of offense that we run this year.
Well, we talk about you signed some recruits, but more importantly, you brought somebody back. How important was it to get Poncho back, and how does she look after 1 year off, and what's that like?
Yeah, anytime you sit out a year and you decide, hey, I want to come back and play ball, your mindset's different, right? You looked at it from a different point of view. You had no reason to come back. You come back because you love the game and you want to be a part of it. And so that's the side that you see that's really good. Like, she's having fun out there. She's competing really well. But, the same token, you stay away from the game for over a year, it's not as easy to get back in as maybe you think it would be. So I think that's what she's experienced right now from the offensive side, is the live at-bat situations, making good contact. It's just not reading the ball as well. It's not seeing as well as she would like to right now. But the power and the stuff is still there. It'll be ready once we get to February.
But that's a nice recruiting bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you get somebody that has, 15 home runs, as a sophomore, comes back on your team, you're able to add that kind of power. And then her leadership at first base, losing Raleigh Bouvier, kind of left an open spot. So you're really not starting with a young person there. You're bringing a junior in that's been in big games. So great addition to the team.
Let's talk about your recruiting class, though, because you just named it a couple weeks ago. What do you like about it, and what are you starting to see? And are you starting to get more fallback kids than before, or is that still pretty streamlined?
Yeah, we'll clarify fallback kids.
Kids from power schools coming in.
Yeah. As far as the recruiting class, I loved it. What I do like about it is they're proven winners. I think we all as coaches understand, and you've been around, there's something of people that own teams that win consistently.
No doubt.
And you look at, we have 2 kids coming off of a high school team that went undefeated last year in Texas in 5A, won a state championship. Jordan Thibodeau's coming in. They signed, so I could say something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Jordan Thibodeau.
As long as they're signed.
Yeah, Jordan Thibodeau's coming in. She's won 3 state championships her first 3 years of high school as a pitcher. And so you're bringing that kind of leadership in. Kiet coming in. she's pitched in championship games in the state of Louisiana, out of Gina, Louisiana. So there's a lot of winning that's going on with that class. And then watch them, even their summer teams they play with, there are always teams that are in the top 4 of every tournament. And so I just love the poise and charisma that group has. Obviously, they're talented. You're excited about those, but that sixth tool that we talk about, I feel they bring to the table.
The also thing is that you wanted to add pitching for this year. Were you able to add some pitching, and how does that look? Because you talked about the offense, but the pitching is kind of the key.
Yeah, I mean, in a diamond sport, it's all going to come down to pitching, right? Basketball, you got to have good point guards, quarterback, football, and so we got to be able to pitch. But what I like about our versatility is, we leaned on 2 freshmen last year. Obviously, Williams and Taylor are going to be older. We like what they're going to do from that standpoint. Ryan Stecksnyder's had you're talking about a fall. Ryan Stecksnyder's had outstanding fall for us. She looks really good, really confident. I think Hope our pitching coach has done a great job with her. As well as what I like about it is we have a lot of matchups. And I think you can see it untraditional. We're probably going to be a little bit more like a baseball team where we're asking people to go maybe 4 innings and then somebody to come in and get an inning and get us to a closer. I think we're going to look that style. I like that style for our team a lot better this year. Brooklyn Taylor's a freshman also. I want to mention that's going to add. That's a question mark for us. But, man, she's able to throw 3 speeds. She's, anywhere from 55 to 67, with a good changeup. So we're excited about the dynamic of that pitching staff.
And when we come back on Poke Nation, we're going to talk about, once again, your schedule. It isn't easy. It's always interesting when you have it. You bring it in I guess it would be not only national runners-up, but the top NIL woman from softball. We'll talk about that when we come back on Poke Nation.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinandson Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Join Don's Wash Club and score big on clean rides all season. Unlock discounts on washes, interior cleanings, oil changes, and more. Whether you're tailgating or heading home after the game, keep your ride looking like a pro. Not ready to commit? No worries. Scan the QR code on screen to see what we're all about. Enjoy your ride with Don's on McNeese, Ryan, and Nelson.
Craving a quick fix? Evans has you covered. Bring the kids in and cool off from the summer heat with their favorite ice cream. Fuel up with protein snacks and energy drinks that will power you through the day. Locally stocked and family owned with fresh food prepared daily. Evans has everything you need. Evans Corner Store. Come visit us on Ryan Street.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
We're back with James Landreneau, softball coach, who last month, I guess now, sent out his schedule, which is always an exciting time to see who's coming here. Texas Tech, national runners-up, got the player of the year. She makes $1 million a year, so she makes everybody at this table. What do you like about what do you like about this schedule, and how's it different from others?
I mean, I think that's a tough question. How is it different? I like the schedule. I like the matchups that we're playing. It's, you try to get so many top 25 games, and then you want so many top 50, that 25 to 50 to put yourself in an RPI if your team's good enough. You want to at least give your team the option, hey, if we're good enough and talented enough, we can win some games. We're putting ourselves in position to maybe put our league in a 2-bid league. And that's what you want to try to do. And Rick and I at Southeastern have talked several times about trying to schedule those kind of schedules. And so that's what I like, and for us, what I really like is we get to see some really good teams, some really good players, and our fans don't have to turn on the TV. They could actually come to the park
So, yeah,
and
100%.
support. And I think it just, anytime you can bring top-level talent in, it helps grow the sport, grow the excitement. I think it's great for our brand, right, to have Big Ten teams come in, Big 12 are coming in, SEC teams come and play on our campus. It just shows that, hey, McNeese is at a different spot than we were 10, 15 years ago.
And you talk about brand, and, I think that what softball, and Jim and I have talked about this off air, I think all of our sports, but in particular, let's be honest, I said, obviously, men's basketball with their tournament run, but what you've done over the, last 5, 6 years of just continually knocking on the door and bringing people in like that has helped enhance the brand of McNeese Athletics. And the other thing I want you to allude to or talk about is when you play those teams, right, if and when you get to the NCAAs, you've seen them, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something about a pitcher from Texas Tech being on the mound, and you go to Northwestern, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same, right?
It's the confidence, right? And so when you play in that level and you get used to, when we started this years ago, when I first got to McNeese and we'd go play LSU at their place, everybody was starstruck. They'd only seen the players on TV.
Yeah.
And now you're playing against them every day. And so you kind of eliminate that factor and you get to worry about ball. It's not, you totally eliminate who you're playing.
Right.
And now you're focused on, hey, what do I need to do to be able to match up well against them? And I think that's the biggest thing. I think you're right, the confidence is there, kids can belong, but more importantly, when we recruit kids now, the kids that are coming in expect to play those schedules. Like, they talk about it, like that's something, hey, we looked at the schedule.
good point.
Hey, we want to come here
It's a really
because
good
we're going
point.
to be on TV. We know we're going to play, we want to play, and so our talk, when we talk to them, we want players that want to play a nationally challenging schedule, but they're looking for a different experience. And we believe that's what McNeese offers them, a different experience than a more personal experience, a more intimate relationship with the fan base. And so it all ties together to, building what we want to be in national. We want to be in a super regional. We got to, and so if you want to be there, you truly have to play those because look, if you come in there and you lose focus for 2 innings, you're getting exposed. And so that ability to understand what it takes to play against those level players is what makes you a better player. And that's part of core values. You want to be a competitor, right? And competitors love to play against the best because they like to see where they measure up.
And you don't, at the end of the day, you can't get to a super regional without beating teams that are on your schedule. It really is that simple, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to win on the road.
And you're gonna have to,
You have to win on the road.
That's right.
And so you got to understand how the mix, right? You got to be able to go to Baylor like we go to Baylor and play this year. We're going to play a weird series at U. We'll play at UL. We'll play Ole Miss twice there, and come back. But it's good to be on the road against those teams and prepare for it. And that's what we talk everything. Everything's about training. Everything's about the lessons you're going to learn. And if we could keep that in perspective, I like our team. I really, like I told our team in a private meeting, we have a long ways to go, but the schedule warrants what I believe in you.
100%.
And it's also interesting, and you talked about getting to a place where you get a second team in from the league. But that also always requires, you have to have a partner, at least two, maybe even two partners in the league coming up with you to say, okay, we're going to enhance our schedule so that our power numbers are good how did you convince some other people to do that?
Look, it's hard, right? Because you're looking at, when you sit there in a meeting, do you really worry about the league or are you worrying about keeping your job?
Yeah.
And that's a real conversation you have to have. But look, I think when you got to put your team there, I think when you play those kind of teams, it helps with recruiting. And that's what we talk about. Hey, it's going to help you recruiting. It helps you prepare for conference play. So you got to take those, you have to take those licks. And I believe that there's more. I think we have more teams, we had 3 teams in the top 100, which we haven't really had that in years past. And I think we're trending in that right direction with softball.
And how many tournaments do you have? You have 3?
We play 3 local, and the 4th weekend, right before conference play, we'll go to Baylor and play 3 games there. But, exciting too is we have Iowa coming in. It's just somebody, that hasn't been here.
Yeah.
It's always fun to have the schools in. That's a big name, recognizable name, but hasn't been to Louisiana. And so it's exciting to bring those teams in.
I was gonna say, is that one thing is you bring in a new school? It seems like you try to bring in a new school from a different part of the country every year.
And it seems like everybody we bring in, gets sent to their regional if they host it. Which is nice.
It's true.
It's been
That's
a
cool.
nice, but anyway, anytime we could get somebody different to come in and you try to build those relationships, and you always ask, every time we out recruiting, I ask everybody, hey, you want to come and play?
Yeah.
And they eventually somebody's going to say yes.
So an interesting schedule, interesting recruiting class, an interesting year coming up after the first of the year. Tickets are on sale now. James, thanks for joining us. When we come back, we'll get Coach's final thoughts after this.
What makes having a local lawyer important is it's all about relationships. When judges know the lawyer and the lawyer has established credibility over time with the court, they know enough to trust what you're telling them. Lake Charles must be a wonderful place because now lawyers all over the state claim that Lake Charles is their hometown. I thought you could only have one hometown, and I know this is ours.
We're back, and I got to ask you this. How many times are you going to throw out the first pitch at softball?
Maybe a couple, but we got a lot of donors and
I like doing
corporate sponsors that love to do it, so it won't be a ton.
I want to see you got to go underhand, though, if you do. You got to go underhand.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
No, I don't know if I do that.
A lot of things to ask you. I want to ask you about the women's team. Played Utah Tech tonight. We're shooting it, but this weekend they're in Tempe, Arizona. And they got Arizona State, then they got Nevada. A Power Four, and then a mid-major, coming off a mid-major. They're off to a good start. The interesting thing about their schedule is they haven't been home at all.
No, they haven't, and I'll tell you what, though, they're going to be really good. They are good.
No Pierre for tonight for the Utah
for sure.
Tech game.
And we need to get her back. She's
Supposed to be back on Friday. Yeah,
that'd be great. She's the engine that keeps it running. But I'll tell you this, it's just they do, in both the men and the women. But Ayla and her staff do an unbelievable job of coaching the game, right? Like they do a great job of teaching the game, and they're going to be really good. They're tough. People, again, I because they don't play football, right? But Belmont is a really good
team.
basketball
Really good
job.
team.
From the Missouri Valley, they're historically
especially
good.
a women's very good. They're a good basketball program in both, but
That's
they're
right.
really good in women.
100%. And to go to the Bahamas and play West Virginia tough, which was top 25, and then go and beat Belmont, we're gonna have a really good team.
And to beat them in the fourth quarter, you were down going into the fourth quarter. That's when you lost Pierre, and to be able to win by 10, that's a pretty good sign that you got some depth on that team.
It is.
They're a little limited in the inside. It'll be interesting to see how they make that up as the year goes on. But this is an interesting game against Utah Tech because they look a lot like SFA.
Yeah.
They shoot a lot of threes
lot
and
of
go to the
shoot, yeah.
basket, but they don't really have a mid-range game. Be interesting to see. I want to get your thoughts on two things really quick. First of all, NCAA, we're into the committee, football and that.
Yeah.
Think they're going to go to 16 games for the NCAA for power conferences?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that if a Duke or something, do you think we're nearing the end of the tipping point of this big schools wanting to leave? Because they're all complaining about getting in the playoffs and all the little schools.
I don't think we're as close to them just leaving everyone behind, but I do think expansion's going to happen. 16 is for sure going to happen, and then eventually I think there could be 24.
24.
But the one thing that keeps everyone together is men's basketball.
Yeah, the
because
NCAA
of
tournament.
David versus Goliath. That first.
Well, I don't think that has to leave. I think what will be is you just have two top divisions.
There has been talk about that for sure.
And that's the division where that's when you got to bump up. You guys have to bump up, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we we'll see what happens. We got a long way to go, but it's going to be very interesting. The next 4 or 5 years, 3 years in Division I athletics is going to be very interesting, and it's a great time to be a part of it because it's going to be unbelievable. The changes and the movement and all that, it's fascinating.
And next week, we'll try to get him a Santa suit to go with. We'll see you next time on Poke Nation.